This is SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports show. Coming to you from Sportsbook at L'Auberge Lake Charles. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
When we say Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, we damn well mean it.
Right here.
That would be SoundOff, coming to you from the Sportsbook
Always.
at L'Auberge, of course. And we're out to prove it every week, and especially
we
tonight,
are.
right?
Yes, that's always.
Welcome
right.
back.
Come on,
to
now, I'm
SoundOff.
glad to be here.
This is what we do. We're going to tell you what happens. We're also going to tell you why it happens. We're going to look into the future a little bit. We're going to do some of that tonight.
We have
Kevin
that crystal
Gidry,
ball.
Rick Serro, Scooter Hobbs off this week again.
Yes.
SoundOff presented to you by our own L Club. That would be L'Auberge Casino Resort and Lundy
Lundy
Law
Law
of Lake Charles. All right. We're going to tell you which LSU Tiger is going to have the most impact on their team with the first round.
Okay.
We're going to tell you which NFL team had the best draft
Okay.
and why. We're going to tell you why Will Wade believes and why we might think, either way, that this team coming up next fall in basketball might be better than last year's 30-win team. You ready for that?
That's pretty big, Rick.
I know it's pretty big. All right. And if time allows, because Hobbs never lets us talk about the NBA,
No, he doesn't.
we're going to tell you who's going to win the NBA championship, because I know already.
He doesn't let us, Rick.
I know already.
He
All right,
doesn't let us, man.
let's get started with the LSU Tigers taking in the first round. Would be
Yes.
Jaden Daniels to Washington, Malik Neighbors to the
Neighbors.
Giants at number 6. Brian
Mr.
Thomas
Thomas.
headed to Jacksonville. He's going to meet up with the Jennings young
Yes.
man,
Yes,
Travis
he is.
Etienne,
Travis
and he's
Etienne.
got 3 other Tigers
Yes.
that went
Yes.
to the Jaguars.
Yes.
They go from a Tiger to a
Yeah.
Jaguar.
You're right.
Nice transition. Look.
Yes.
Who's going to have the most immediate impact on their new teams? They're all superstars.
They are, Rick.
Keep this in mind. I'm talking about the LSU Tigers that went in the first round. They played a lot of college football.
They did.
And they played a lot of college snaps in the best elite conference
I'm glad
in the
you
country.
said that. I'm glad
it's
you said
SEC
that. Which is the SEC.
and the
There is
NFL.
none other.
NFL, SEC.
Yeah, there is none other than that.
Big Ten's
The
up
SEC.
there.
No.
But-
SEC.
So did I answer the question? They're NFL ready.
They are.
They all will make immediate impact.
And the people they
because they're
played-
first round picks
the people
and
they-
they're superstars.
The people they played against, Rick, will go to the NFL and start also. That they played against on the different
Yes.
teams in the SEC. So it's done.
Top level competition.
Rick, you know what? And
Top level.
we've talked about it, Rick, and you know, you said Daniels, Malik Neighbors, and Thomas. Which one will have the best impact on the team that they're with?
Oh, you're talking about of the 3?
Of the 3.
All 3 teams, the
I've got my
Commanders,
pick. I've got my
the
pick, but you
Giants,
tell me what
the
you think.
Jags, all need a big infusion of talent because they're all coming off so-so years.
Yeah.
The Jaguars, in particular, I thought they were going to be better, but
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, started
Yeah,
sliding.
yeah.
I really do, because it's the most important position. I think it's Jaden Daniels.
I'm going to go with that too.
I really do.
I'm gonna go
I
with
think
Jaden
he's
Daniels,
that
too.
good. I really do.
Because you know what, Rick? He's the difference maker. You
He
know what I'm
touches the
saying?
ball on every offensive
Like
play.
the other 2 guys, Malik Neighbors and Thomas. Do you have a quarterback that can get me the
Exactly.
ball?
Neighbors need Daniel Jones to up his game.
That's
Brian
my point,
Thomas
Rick. That's my
needs
point.
sunshine.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence to up his game in Jacksonville. No,
That's
I'm serious.
That's my point I was making,
Yeah.
Rick. You
No,
know
it's good
what?
point. No, can't argue with that.
You've got another guy
Can't argue
determining
with
your
that.
success pretty much, Rick.
Yeah.
But when you've got somebody that's at the trigger, such as Jaden Daniels, I determine that.
Yeah.
I control that. And I'm going to see each week what I'm doing and what I need
No,
to do.
no.
So, yes, by all means, I say Daniels is going to probably have the biggest effect on the team that he's with.
Yeah, and look, those 3 teams got nowhere else to go but up. They
Nowhere
really
else
do.
to go but up, Rick.
I mean, I think Washington,
the
from what I
Giants-
know, I think the roster in some spots was pretty solid.
Yeah.
You know, the Giants, on
But
the other
Giants,
hand,
the Giants, Rick, they are struggling, Rick. Seriously, they are struggling.
Yeah,
I
look,
mean, you lose your top running back.
how do you
come
let
on now.
Saquon Barkley go?
How you let that happen?
I don't know, but like you said, Daniels, all 3 of them, all of them need support. They need support
They
from
do.
the coaching side.
They do.
They need good coaching, good
They do.
systems, good schemes, and of course, Lawrence and Daniel Jones, they need to up their game to make those
Yeah.
guys better.
It's
all
gonna
of
be-
them have kind of iffy offensive
They
lines.
do.
And,
I totally agree.
That's
I
what's
totally
gonna be
agree with
critical.
that. I totally agree.
All right. So LSU gets 3 guys in the first round. All right. What kind of impact you think? I mean, when you go to LSU in the L Club meetings and you're down there sometimes on the front with Brian Kelly, I'm a believer in Brian Kelly, and he continues to sign 4- and 5-star guys. This can only help LSU on the recruiting trail. You got 3 guys going in the first round. You
I
got a
agree,
Heisman
Rick.
Trophy winner.
I agree. And And you know, Rick,
Kelly can be like Saban when he sits in those when Saban was sitting in those living rooms. I can get you to the NFL.
Yeah.
Kelly can get you to the NFL.
And Rick, a lot of times when you look at those situations when those guys make up their mind to come to a school such as LSU, I think what they're looking at, Rick, is past production of players at their position.
Yes.
If it's
If
me,
they have
Rick,
it put in place.
if it's me,
a
Rick,
culture, a
if
system.
it's me, and at the time, if I'm a top defensive back in the country, and you've got DBU at its highest, I know where I'm going, Rick.
No, it's not that high anymore.
No, it's not. You
receiver.
had to say that, though.
I had to say that.
You know that that's where I'm going.
I got you where you're going. I think
Yeah.
the LSU platform is solid, and Brian Kelly's taking
is.
advantage of it.
It is.
Frank Wilson's taking
It is.
advantage of it.
It is, Rick.
Let's shift gears a little bit. I got a little shifter here. Dr. Wade Roos named the new university president at McNeese
Yes.
State last week in
Yes.
Baton Rouge at the vote.
And we're going to have him on the show in the
Very, very
upcoming week.
soon. Wait.
Yeah, we got to have him on the show.
All right, good academic, obviously solid academic
Yeah.
credentials, and he's coming over into that role, university president, as the leader of the McNeese Athletic Foundation.
Yeah.
Did a lot of fundraising.
Yeah.
He, fundraise. He's going to be a friend of athletics.
Yeah.
Wade Roos,
And I think
as
he will
Dr. Darryl Burkell, who he will be
Darryl,
succeeding
exactly.
later in the summer.
Which was an assistant to Darryl.
Yes.
So,
yes.
you know, Rick, I think great decision. I mean, what a better guy to have at that position. But I think that the biggest
Athletically, there'll be.
Athletic.
It's not a learning curve for this incoming president.
The biggest challenge I think that they may be faced, Rick, is basically having to deal with NIL and having to feel that
Money,
we've got to
money,
raise money to
Money,
bring
money,
these
money.
good players in.
The Max
That's gonna
Bar and
be
Grill
key.
at the National in Westlake. Make it easy for you at lunch and dinner. Open 7 days a week. Easy to get to from across Southwest Louisiana. Play 18 holes.
Yes.
Then eat and then play 18 holes, whatever you prefer at the Max.
Story worth telling? It starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at Le Berge Lake Charles.
There's nothing better than a game. A great tasting Miller Lite. It's less filling, Miller Lite. Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
They had a pipe break. Water leaked all over.
Really?
I'm a Roto-Rooter plumber.
Really?
We do water cleanup, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh, shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
SoundOff coming to you from the sports book at Le Berge.
Yes.
Elite Sports Gaming. You like this little movement I got going?
Right here.
It's a righteous TV
Right
move
here.
there. I don't
I'm
know what the
still
heck
trying
I'm
to
doing.
figure this out, though, but I'm
That's the
going to
two
let it go
ingredients.
for now. But I'm still trying to figure that out.
Leave the greenies alone. All the live action, award-winning menu from Chef Lyle.
Great food.
Only right here at the Sportsbook at Le Berge. SoundOff presented to you by our friends from J&J Exterminating, serving Louisiana for over 50 years, and locally owned and operated Roto-Rooter of Southwest
Right here
Louisiana.
locally.
Expert plumbing, and they do water cleanup too. So don't spill anything. All right, let's shift gears to McNeese basketball. All right, soon after the
Will Wade.
NCAA loss to Gonzaga, Will Wade said next year's team is going to look a whole lot different than this 30-win team that got to the NCAA for the first time in 22 years.
30 wins, Rick. That's
a lot. Now, look, let's be honest. 4 of those wins earlier in the year against,
Yeah.
the champions of Christ and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Here nor there. The team is going to look different, and he's already quickly just right after the NCAA tournament, it's looking very different. Joe Charles, 6'9" forward from UL Lafayette. Brandon Murray coming in here, former LSU Tiger when Wade was there, 6'5" point guard.
He was a
Sincere
freshman.
Parker, 6'4" swing guard. Another big man supposedly is on the way.
Yeah.
Let's see, and then probably another guard. This team is going to look very different. The question is, you just said it, NCAA tournament. Yeah, they got beat up pretty bad against Gonzaga. 30 wins, regular season and conference champion in the Southland. Can this team that he's building for next fall be better than last?
We won't know that, Rick.
Can they be better?
We won't know that until they get to the NCAA and get past the first game. No.
You got to get them on the floor.
I'm being facetious.
I think they will be. I'm going to say right now, and I'm going to tell you why. Go ahead.
With what I think Wade looked at when
they'll be better.
When Gonzaga, I keep saying it, exposed them.
I'm going to tell you why, Kevin.
But I'm going to tell you this, Rick.
I'm itching to tell you why.
The problem is not them being better than the team they had last year. You know what the problem is? How is the Southland Conference going to keep up with Will Wade?
Well,
that's my question.
Who cares?
No.
I think the Southland will figure something out.
I mean, that's a good thing for Will Wade, but I'm saying,
Yeah.
do you continue to get embarrassed each week when you play McNeese? If you're a Southland Conference team?
Yeah, they will. If they don't get better. No, I'm serious.
But no, Rick, that's my point. And I think
I think Corpus Christi. They can figure out a way to get players there. They'll be okay.
With the people that Will Wade.
Southeastern will be okay.
Will Wade is bringing in SEC players.
I know he is.
Come on now.
I know, because he's Will
Rick.
Wade.
And my thing is, I've never seen the Southland. I mean, when they competed with the McNeese, when we went to the games and stuff, this year, the game was over, Rick. And I'm not being funny, guys, but the game was over.
No.
Rick,
I mean,
at the
Southeastern beat them on the road.
Tip-off. Yeah, but Rick, at
Corpus
the tip-off.
Christi gave them a good run. I got it.
That was early on, Rick.
This is why.
They got good late
This
in
is
the
why
season,
the
Rick, real
roster
good.
that he's building, Will Wade, is going to be better than last year.
Okay.
I think look, you just look at it, and I haven't seen him play.
No.
That's how Joe Charles play. Joe Charles averaged about 12 points a game. He was nearly a double-double.
Yeah.
As a starter at UL Lafayette. UL Lafayette's good.
They are good.
Joe Charles will produce more consistently than Collum did and C.J. Felder. No slam against those guys, but he will do it more consistently.
What was his factor when he played us?
Pardon?
What did he do when he played
He
us?
was double. He was near a double-double. No, he was good.
Okay.
He was good.
Okay.
The other 6'8" forward out of Arizona, can't say his name, but I'm practicing.
Right.
Non-starter, but he will produce more down low. All right.
Yeah.
And if they add yet another guy, believe me, Will Wade knows he has to up the ante. They will be better because of the front court. Now I think with Brandon Murray, all right, I don't know how you exceed Shahada Wells. He was
That's
just
hard,
fabulous.
Rick. That's hard.
But I think
he commanded that floor.
I think
that's
with
hard.
Murray and Parker and anybody else, and of course the guys they got coming back,
And
Garcia, Richards, and of course Christian Shoemate.
And
I think this team will be better. I really do.
Will may have a lot more confidence at his point guard position, pretty much because he coached this guy.
Yeah.
You know,
There's a comfort
and
zone.
that could be why
There's
Will
a
brought him
comfort
in
zone.
because he knows him.
There's
you know,
a
and he
comfort
knows
zone.
in certain situations, I know what this kid is going to do, and that's what a lot of coaches do, Rick. Good coaches, Rick, they go after players, Rick, that they can put their finger on to push their buttons, man.
We won't know exactly until they get on the floor.
I agree.
But if Will Wade says they're going to be better, look what he did with this team coming in. He said, watch out. He knew. That's why he said, I'm going to win 23+1. Because he knew.
But do we not even question
he
Will
knows
Wade anymore,
now.
Rick? When we had him on the show for the first time sitting in the third chair, he came on and said, guys, we're going to win 23
Yeah,
games.
and he knew.
You and I kind of chuckled like 23
Didn't
games.
Didn't know what he had, but he
23
knew.
games?
But he knew.
30 games, Rick.
And I
30
think
games.
this year, I think we as outside observers kind of know because the players he has coming in, we know what they have done at their past teams.
And Rick,
And
let me
I
say
think
something,
they- I
Rick.
think they will.
When you look at this team from last year, I mean, we was on the show. We had Will Wade on a couple times. No complaints, no trouble, no nothing,
And they
Rick.
stayed very healthy.
This kid, this man knows what he's putting together.
He
He knows
had-
what he's putting on the floor.
Will Wade
he
had
knows.
like a four-leaf clover
He knows,
in
Rick.
every pocket he could imagine.
I know, Rick.
He had a
I
lucky
know.
charm.
I know.
I don't think, is Will Wade Irish? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
but I tell you, Rick,
injuries
no
the
injuries,
whole
Rick.
year?
No injuries,
I'm talking about
man.
last year's team? Anyway, all right. So the question goes, we know his basketball team is going to be better.
They are.
Will the Saints after the NFL draft be better? Will LSU football be better?
I'm going to do
I
a
think
scooter.
the Saints, I know you're a non-believer.
I'm going to do a scooter.
Oh, my God. The Saints will be better because they'll improve the offensive line. They have improved the defensive line. The only thing they haven't added to is the skill position, which you were clamoring about last week. You got to get a playmaker.
Kool-Aid's going to start. Kool-Aid's going to start. I don't care what nobody
gonna
says.
start.
Kool-Aid's going to start, man.
He's not going to start.
He's starting, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you he's not going to start.
He's starting.
Okay. The Saints improved the secondary. The secondary is the strength of that team, and they brought in Kool-Aid and McKinstry to beef it up. They will be better.
You say that, but Rick, at the end of the day, we know those edge rushers have got to help those guys out back there, Rick. And when I say those guys, I mean those defensive
Chase
backs.
Young.
Yeah, but he
Cam
signed a
Jordan.
one-year deal.
Carl,
One-year deal.
I know that.
He signed a one-year deal,
Carl
Rick.
Granderson. 5 seconds or less. Will Brian Kelly and LSU be better? That's just
They better be.
You keep saying that.
They better
Throw
be.
out the flag. Short break. We're coming right back to the sports book.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
J&J Exterminating is here for you with our water damage sanitation treatments and wood protective borate treatments. There is no charge for home evaluations. Contact your local J&J Exterminating professional.
Hey, mister, are you a Roto-Rooter plumber?
Guilty.
Did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Toilet overflow?
Nope.
Pipe break?
Getting warmer.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
How long can you hold your breath? Is that your real hair? What's the birds and the bees? Do you know where my grandma is?
You know, I don't know.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
There's nothing better than a game and great tasting Miller Lite. It's less filling, Miller Lite. Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.
What's bugging you? Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
All right, we're back. Thanks for hanging with us here at SoundOff at the Sportsbook at LaBerge. If you miss any of our shows, don't forget, go on cbslakecharles.tv, punch up YouTube, do that little tab clicker thing, and you can watch SoundOff on YouTube at your leisure. All right.
You can watch it all.
Coming up, we're going to talk about what NFL team had the best in the first round or draft in total. That's coming up. That's kind of an impossible task.
I'm feeling bad about my Pelicans, though, because I really had
I told you they're going to lose.
I really had hope.
You're getting
for
ahead
Pelicans,
of yourself.
man.
I'm going to tell you who's going to win the NBA championship.
All right, then.
And I told you it wasn't going to be the Pelicans.
No, I was hoping they would do
All right. Huge baseball from west all the way to east. Let's go. Let's stay on the collegiate side.
Okay.
Walk-off grand slam home run for the McNeese Cowboys. Cooper Hex did it against Southeastern, so they take 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I mean, a walk-off grand slam. I mean, that's like
pretty big, man.
What dreams are made of. Now, the wind was blowing like a deadgum hurricane.
That's okay, though.
You know,
You hit it the
that's
right
okay.
time, though.
You still got to get the bat on the
all
ball.
right, you do.
So the Cowboys take 2 or 3. They're still against Southeastern, both of them, the lower half. We're not used to seeing the Cowboys and Lions near
At
the
the
bottom
lower-
of the
at the-
Southland
yeah.
standings.
You're right.
But again, Kevin, we talked about it for the last couple of weeks. The Southland, you only need to be in the top 8
You're
and
right.
you get into the tournament.
You're right, because that's what matters, Rick.
You might get momentum. You might
And that's
get
what-
you
and-
might
and
get a
you're
little
right,
thing
you're right,
going,
you're right.
and who
But-
knows? But with the record sitting earlier in the week at 21-21, they got to win the tournament to get a bid.
Yeah, that's.
And
What,
I'm just
and
saying.
and we talked with Coach Hill. We had him on the show, and what did he say his biggest factor was? Is it just youth, Rick? Is it that right now for
I
him?
think he likes his pitching. He says they're playing hard, they're busting their tails, and certain things haven't gone their way. I just don't think they don't have the power that they used to have.
Yeah.
I mean, gosh.
Hitting-wise.
You lost the Southland Conference Player of the Year in Peyton Harden. You lose your Southland Conference Pitcher of the Year.
Yeah.
And
no, I agree.
You had also all-conference players in the infield and out.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah.
All right. LSU, on the other hand, LSU needed to sweep lowly Auburn.
I mean,
you win 2 out of
Rick.
3. You win the series. I get it.
Come on, man.
But you need to tack on wins.
Look,
LSU.
I was
defending national champ. You get 2 out of 3. You got 2 out of 3.
I was in Baton Rouge last week, man, for one of my meetings and stuff, and we had a chance to actually see some of the players and stuff. You know, Rick, people have to realize, do we know what we lost last year from that national championship team?
I think they're finding out now.
I mean, guys, when people kind of explained it to me, it was like, wait a minute.
I mean,
Rick, do you know what we lost, man?
The players that LSU baseball lost, you can field another team in the conference and probably contend for the championship.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just take those guys and put them on another
That's
team.
what I'm saying, Rick.
Yeah,
and
you're
I mean,
right.
people don't realize it.
You're right.
Man,
but it's
how
LSU.
can
Come on,
LSU
it's
be,
LSU.
This is the fan base.
You just reload,
how
baby.
How can they be so bad? We won the national championship last year. Pump your brakes. Pump your brakes.
Look.
Pump your brakes.
You played the lowest team in Auburn, and now they go this weekend to the #1 top-ranked Aggies of Texas A&M. So, wish you luck on that.
Yeah.
All right, baseball.
Yeah.
I said huge baseball from west to east.
Yeah.
How many times have we said our region is the hotbed for high school baseball?
A lot.
I mean,
Southwest Louisiana, Rick. I mean,
Barb,
right here.
Barb had a couple of close, tough wins over Sulphur to
did.
advance to the quarters. Sam Houston pretty much eased their way over Walker into the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to leave somebody out. South Bow is in.
Yeah.
Iowa is in. St. Louis in.
I mean,
Select is in.
It's just
Oakdale. Who am I missing? Westlake is going to be
Westlake.
on the road, but
Westlake.
they're in. I mean,
Rick,
7 or 8
could
local
all the
teams are
really
all
be,
still
could
alive.
all the teams really be from Southwest Louisiana? I mean, could they all be from right here, Rick, when it all comes down to it? Can
Many
that
of them
happen?
could advance. I mean, you know, they're all kind of
Wow.
playing in different levels.
Wow.
And then, you know, it's going to be really fun if Sam Houston and Barb advance again.
Yeah.
Then they're going to see each other possibly in the semis or beyond. I think it's
Wow.
cool.
I think it's good,
think
man. I
it
think
just
it's good
shows
for
what kind
high
of
school
talent
baseball.
is in this area.
I think it's good
A lot
for
of
high
those
school
series
baseball.
will start, I think, Friday at 6. And then they'll play Saturday early in the afternoon, like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And they'll have a deciding game Saturday afternoon if needed. It's 2 or 3.
Yeah.
2 or 3 in the, you know.
Wow.
So I don't know. I think it's fun.
Good luck for those local teams, man.
Yeah.
We want to see them do well.
Sulphur. I don't know. Sulphur. I don't know if Sulphur beat Barb at all this year.
Really?
But every game they played was like 2-1, 3-2. I mean,
two
the
good
tours,
teams, Rick.
the tours are right there.
That's two good
All right,
teams.
let's shift back to the NFL draft.
That's two good
This
teams
is
right there.
impossible to do. The question of which NFL team had the best draft. You know why? Because we need time. You
We
need
do.
about 3 years.
No, because you
You
want to
need
see
3 years.
You want to see what those draft products
How they
actually
produce.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that, Rick.
You
but
need 3 years.
When you look, Rick, at what teams, how can teams? This is what blows me away, Rick. How can teams that are up at the top, because you know your #1 teams at the top always get the lowest picks. But how?
Minus the Bears because
Right,
they got the
right,
pick from
right,
Carolina.
Rick. But Rick, how does Kansas City get the fastest guy in the draft?
Because he can't catch.
Okay, now.
I don't know. What is it? The kid out of
how do you-
Texas, right?
yeah, how
What's
do
his
you-
last name?
How did people pass this
Worthy,
kid?
I think his
Yeah.
name is.
He ran a 4.21 at the combine. Come
He's
on,
just
dude.
big. He's just big.
Rick, I'm going to bring up a name.
Tariq Hill. I know.
Tariq Hill.
He's just tall. I got it.
Okay?
I got
Tariq
it.
Hill.
So they let a Tariq Hill go, who's the fastest man on the planet.
There it
In
is.
football pads.
There it is,
And they
Rick.
get another one. I got you. All right. It's an impossible task, but we like doing the impossible. I think the team that had the best draft is obvious. The Chicago Bears. You got the best quarterback, and then you get Rome Odunze from Washington, and he's the second best, third
See,
best receiver.
you didn't give me
I think
time
it's the
to
Chicago
evaluate
Bears.
this question, but
Because why?
okay.
Because they had two picks in the top 10. I think they got the best draft.
Okay.
I do.
But like you said, it'll take 2-3 years for us to really know who,
Well, I don't know.
who did, who did the best.
I think
but
Williams will start and
with
Odunze
the,
will
with
start.
the NFL right now, people got to win right now. But I'm going to tell
And
you
they'll
what,
win.
a team that I think did good draft-wise that people real being quiet about, you better watch the Texans.
Texans are good.
You better watch the
They're
Texans.
solid,
I think they did good.
and a lot of it
I think they
falls
did good on
on
what they got.
C.J. Stroud.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Did anybody think he would be that good off the bat?
I did. Yeah. C.J. Stroud?
You know, people talked. And
Nothing
said,
against Bryce Young, but I kept
Yeah,
saying last year, you
yeah.
got to take Stroud over Bryce
And
Young.
Rick, that was the argument when people would say, because I seen Bryce Young, and I looked at C.J. Stroud. I say, how could Bryce Young go before this guy?
know.
It blows me
know.
away.
I
How
think
could
the
that
Bears
happen?
had the best draft, and I like what the Detroit Lions did. We got 10 seconds, sir. I'm going to tell you right now. If Jamal Murray is healthy, nobody's beating the Denver Nuggets for the NBA championship.
No, I can't see it, Rick. I can't see it, Rick.
But
The Denver
Murray
Nuggets-
has to be healthy.
Yeah, he does.
Nobody can stop him.
But I'm really, I want to say to my Pelicans,
Quickly.
great job, Pelicans. That's all I want to say.
Gidry and Sarah, see you next time.
Always.
Right here at CBS Lake Charles.
Hey, mister, did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at Le Berge Lake Charles.
There's nothing better than a game and great tasting Miller Lite. It's less filling, Miller Lite. Tastes great.
Never understood this argument. Let it be both. Miller and Miller. I like it.